Hello and welcome to Tuesday
Hi.
Notary Titans. My name is Jen Neitzel. I'm the creator of the 5-point marketing system that you can find at marketingfornotaries.com. And I am joined by the one and only fabulous Laura Biewer with Coach Me Laura. How you doing today, Laura?
Hey, good morning, all. Super fine. I'm out here in lovely Auburn, California. It's a beautiful day out here. So I'm glad I could join everyone.
Nice. She is teaching for the NNA today. This is Laura does it all, let me tell you. Guys, if you're able to turn your cameras on, we would love to see your beautiful smiling faces. It helps us get to know you a little better and make the call a little more personal. If you're unable to turn that camera on because you're at your desk or you're driving, totally cool. We get it. No explanation is necessary. If you're a first timer here, welcome to Tuesday Notary Titans. We're thrilled to have you. This is like an old-fashioned radio call-in show, and no questions are off limits. You can ask us anything particular about the art of being a notary public or anything about your business. Laura and I are here. We're supported by Jen Cooper with JKC Mobile Notary and sometimes with Matt Miller of the California League of Independent Notaries. And we are all here to help you guys build the business of your dreams. If you would like to ask us a question, we prioritize live questions first, and you can get in line by raising your digital hand. You're going to find that at the bottom of your Zoom screen. There should be a raised hand function. If you're having trouble locating it, maybe look in the reaction section or even in the more section, but you should have a raised hand feature. You guys are welcome to go ahead and raise your hands and get in line while I first go over, as we always do, some announcements to get us started while we're waiting for everybody to get in and get settled. So go ahead and get your hands raised now. And let's talk about what is going on in the notary world. First up, there is a reminder I want to send to you guys about questions. I know we have the live call, we have the chat feature, we have the form you can fill out, by the way. That's at notarycoach.com/TNT. If you're a little intimidated by asking a question, we understand. Please feel free to fill out the form. It's in the chat right now. But I want to remind you about priority. We take raised hand questions first. We take submissions from the question form second, and we take questions from the chat last. If you've never run a Zoom call with this many people on, the chat can get really overwhelming and it's hard to keep up with. So we do not prioritize from chat. We encourage you to raise your hand and ask us a question. This is a safe place, and we are not going to judge you. Promise. No question is stupid or off limits. Every question is important. So, first, I want to tell you about a goal setting workshop that is happening on December 14th. This is hosted by our very own Jen Cooper with JKC Mobile Notary, December 14th, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific time. Guys, this is a free 2025 goal setting workshop. You don't want to miss it. It's free. It comes with a workbook. And if you register, you get a chance to win Wendy Diem's 2025 Notary Planner. You got to go. You got to attend that call. All right. Next up, January 4th, Matt Miller, the California League of Independent Notaries president, and our very own Laura Biewer have put together a new course that they are hosting on January 4th. That's a Saturday. It's from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Pacific time, and they're discussing new laws in California. The cost for the class is $59. The focus of this class is on RON, remote online notarization, and the laws that are happening in California. Obviously, it's California specific. If you would like to register for this $59 class, a replay is included with your registration fee. You can do that at the link in the chat, coachmelaura.com/CA for California new law. That's going to be great for all of our California notaries. I highly encourage you to attend that call because I know there's so many questions about the Ron law coming up in what, 2030? Is that right, Laura?
Yeah, but we already have law changes happening uh, January 1st, and we're going to have the new certificate out at that and how to fill it out and what's required. We will identify the counties that are impacted first. We have a lot of detail about what can be happening now before 2030 ever gets here.
Awesome. I love that you guys are being proactive about that. You know, I've had this conversation with a few people, Laura. Um, we tend to be very reactive in our business. You know, we tend to play cleanup in our business a lot of times because it's freaking hard, man, to be a solopreneur, right? Nobody's going to argue with me about that. So I love that you guys are taking the time to be proactive about these new laws and help people understand it so that everybody can be prepared and ready when that happens. All right, guys.
I'm sorry, Jen.
Yeah.
Before we move on, I'm just going to put it in because the way you have the link, it's not capital CA. It's just CA new law. Otherwise, that'll give a 404 error. It has to be all lowercase.
Oh, okay. Got it. Really? It's that
Yeah, I
that's
just tried it. It wouldn't work.
really that's crazy.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad you tried that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
she's right.
Um,
That's what we that's
that's
doing
so
that.
weird. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Laura, for pointing that out. Guys, we are ready to answer your questions. All you gotta do is raise your little hands, your digital hands. Let me see those hands go up. No questions are off limits. Tanzania has one for us. Tanzania, I can't remember what state you're from. Remind me.
Yes, I'm from California.
California, girl, what is your question for me and Laura today?
Yes, I know a lot of California people are on the call, so this may be beneficial. Um, Recently, the NNA just sent a newsletter talking about disinterested custodians of documents. Can you explain more about that and what that means? Because the literature that they put out was a little confusing.
Ooh, Laura.
And this is more for Laura, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't read it, and I couldn't understand the first 3 or 4 words of your question. So could you just repeat the question part?
Yes, I'm sorry. The NNA was saying that as of January of next year, they're going to be starting this disinterested custodian for
Yes.
copies. Can you explain more what that means and what that
Yeah.
looks like? Yeah.
So that's part of why we're having that course on January 4th. It's related to copy certification of an electronic document that was performed via RON that now needs to be recorded and papered out at a county that cannot accommodate electronic documents. And there's mandated language, there's an act, a fee, all of that. And so we're going to go into detail about how that works effective January 1st.
Okay. So I missed the announcement regarding the January 4th class. Can you just tell me again? Because I got to be on that.
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
can just repost it. It's January 4th, which is a Saturday, and the link is coachmelora.com/CA new law. And if you go there, there's a landing page.
And Tanzania, if you just look in the chat, I think it's the last
Yeah.
see it in there.
I see it.
Coach,
Perfect. Yeah.
yep. Go ahead and get registered. So you are
Perfect.
on top of that. You know, there's nobody better to teach y'all about that than Laura Biewer and Matt Miller.
Oh, trust me, I went to go see them in person, so definitely I'll probably see them again. Perfect.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for
Look
that
forward.
question.
Thank
Who
you.
else, who else has some questions for us today? Nothing is off limits. Cynthia, did I see your hand go up? Oh, nope, she's saying no. I thought I saw you doing this. Hey, Terry Joe, where are you calling from?
I am from Tampa, Florida, although originally from Grass Valley, California, near
Oh,
I'm
Auburn.
right by it in Auburn.
I know my friends are there still. I moved here because my granddaughter and grandson are here, and gotta be
Oh,
near
yeah.
them.
Oh, yeah. What's your question for us today, Terry Joe?
My question is, I am RON certified in Florida, and I have been looking at platforms. I have just had a nightmare with one platform. And I'm trying to figure out I have like over 25 platforms. I'm trying to get an idea of what people have used that they like.
Mm-hmm.
Because out here, we get a lot of requests for Ron.
Yeah, Florida is an amazing
Requisitions.
Ron state. It really is. There's lots of activity there. I will be honest with you, Terry Joe. I am not a Ron. I live in Texas. It's just not as fruitful here. And I know that there are a plethora of different platforms out there. To everyone listening, if you have a preferred Ron platform, will you please put that in the chat so Terry Joe can check it out? And maybe give your reason why you like it so much. Laura, do you have a specific platform that you prefer?
You know what? Even though I'm not allowed to be performing Ron at the moment, I like Cyberize It. Amy does a great job of working with notaries. And so I like hers the best. I think the why is important. And for me, customer support is very important when I'm dealing with technology and I'm dealing with customers who don't know how to handle technology. And then I think the second thing is the fee structure. Is it a monthly fee? Is it a per session fee? Is it a per act stamp fee? How does that, is it the KBI fee? I mean, they can fee you to death. So that's the other thing that I think is important.
Yeah,
That was my nightmare, was
the fees.
supposedly they have customer support, but it turned out it's only during Pacific Standard Time from 9 to 5 their time.
Oh,
And
It may not hook
they
up to.
did not have tech support. And they said they do, but they said, oh, they're shorthanded. They don't. So it was just like a really wrong choice.
Mhm. Laura just mentioned Cyberize It by Amy Seitz. There's One Notary, there's Notarize, there's so many different ones to look
Blue
at. So
Notary.
as you guys are giving your platform recommendations to Terry Joe, please put in why you like that platform. And here's the thing
Yeah.
about just, you know, when you guys ask this kind of question and we're just like, oh, do this, we'll tell you whether we're wrong or not, right? Obviously, Laura and I are always going to be honest with you guys, but everybody has different needs. Somebody that's going to be doing a
Mhm.
bunch of Ron is maybe not caring about the monthly fee because they're going to do enough to cover that. Whereas somebody like myself, who would maybe do it once or twice a year, I don't want to pay a monthly fee for that. So everybody's needs are a little different. So put your why in that chat so that Terry Joe can get an idea of what you feel is important about the
Yeah.
site that you've connected with.
Thank
Is that
you.
helpful, Terry Joe? Get in the chat and take a look at those.
Absolutely. I just figured out how to open it. So
Oh, good.
this is new to me.
Well, good. That's one of the benefits of a community like this and meeting every week. We've learned to trust each other and our recommendations and asking questions to the broader community and getting good, positive feedback from everybody. So hop in there and let you guys let Terry Joe know which Ron platform you prefer and why.
Thank you.
You got it. Did that answer your question? Hopefully.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Thanks, Terry Joe. Cynthia, I knew you were going to have a question. You're
But you're
on
not unmuted.
you're on mute.
I just turned it off mute.
There you
There you
go.
go.
Good now? Okay.
Yeah.
Someday this will calm down. I'm just full of questions right now.
No apologies. I love it. Keep them coming.
So I'm really interested to hear from notaries experienced with using social media for your business. I'm thinking about Instagram. I'm thinking about maybe Facebook, LinkedIn, yes, but particularly the Instagram. Does anybody use TikTok? The short visual ones. As an older person, I'm less experienced with the Instagram experience than I am with Facebook and LinkedIn. Those things make sense to me. But especially for a notary business, like I'd love to hear about any successes, how to use these tools for your business.
I love that. Laura, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I can start. I just saw somebody post LinkedIn. So I use LinkedIn. It's great to start stealthily finding potential people that you want to follow, that you want to know more about, that could potentially be somebody you work with or partner with later. So I love LinkedIn. I do use Instagram and Facebook, but really it's more announcements about coaching and helping other notaries, providing good content to support them with tips. My do the business, which is at your service mobile notary, is not on social media. I don't happen to use that for my do the work.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering if we've been talking on the platform marketing for notaries a bit about the PSA marketing, and I was thinking of little things like what can a notary do and not do, but even that, like even little questions is hard to do on a platform like Instagram or TikTok.
It is. So let me, Laura's absolutely right. LinkedIn is an absolute must.
Yeah. Yeah.
For any business owner. Any of you guys that don't have LinkedIn, get on it as soon as we get off this call. Okay. Facebook and LinkedIn are fine. I always recommend to people to leverage social media. It's free advertising. And it's a wonderful way. And Facebook and Instagram are connected via the Meta Business Suite. So you can post accordingly, post once and it hits both sites. So the couple of things you need to understand about social media. It takes at about 6 months to a year of consistent, and I don't mean once a week, I mean at minimum once a day, posting to really get some good traction going. But it's an excellent way to reinforce the relationships that you're making with people in your community as you're out meeting new business owners and talking to them about your business, Cynthia. What you don't want to do is, I'm assuming, is give advice to other notaries.
Right.
So my audience, Laura's audience, is notaries, right? That's our audience. Your audience is your community and people who need documentation notarized in your community. So you want to farm Facebook and Instagram for the kinds of groups and hashtags and things that meet your needs. For example, if you were going into becoming an apostille facilitator, you would get into Facebook and look at groups of people that need apostilles, people that, come here from different countries, people that are involved in different groups. So
international business.
Thank you. International business. Laura saw me struggling. Expats. Yes. All those things. Thank you guys. It's a wonderful way to get the word out about your business. What I don't want you to do, because you brought up PSA, public service announcement style. It's just a style of marketing that you can leverage on social media, you guys, is more, you need to, if you're going to do that, do it for your audience. So you need to really clearly identify who your audience is. Because if you start making videos about the difference, I always use this example, the difference between an acknowledgement or a jurat, or blue ink versus black ink, or all those little things that are fascinating to us as notaries, nobody in your audience is going to get it or care, right? Because nobody gives a crap what color pen. Like they might be like, oh, interesting, but they're not gonna, it's not gonna get you any likes, right? You want to use social media as a relationship building tool, but understand, guys, it doesn't happen quickly. It takes consistent effort and time. I will tell you, Cynthia, I'm so glad you're a Marketing for Notaries member, because in March, we are launching a new digital platform or a digital service that is going to give you all the templates and everything that you need for you to customize for social media, tell you when to post, get you a calendar to post. It's going to be super cool. So it's going to help that a lot. Does that answer your question?
Yes. Yes. Thank you very much.
I do want to just acknowledge Jen's post, put posts on your Google business updates, because the more things you can get on there, the better the SEO quality is. and the more likely it'll go up. So rather than, not rather or instead of, but don't forget that that is a very valuable place of real estate that is free.
You know what? I've been thinking a lot about that, Laura. We should be treating Google Business Profile like we treat our social media, our LinkedIn, our Instagram, and yes, Cynthia, I do TikTok. I wouldn't even start at this point until we get through January 19th, because it may be going away. If TikTok doesn't find an American buyer, don't even start, because that's a heavy lift. You got to do a lot of work over there for posting. So stick with what we know works with Facebook, that business suite with Meta, Facebook, and Instagram. But yeah, Lori, absolutely right. We need Google Business to be part of that social media bundle. Thank you for that question, Cynthia.
You.
Miss Carol in Southwest Florida.
Hi.
Lehigh Acres, is that right?
I'm sorry?
You're in Lehigh Acres, right?
I'm in Lehigh Acres, which
Awesome.
is near Fort Myers. It's interesting. We were having this somewhat of a discussion on another group last night, Cynthia, so your question was timely. I wanted somebody else on one of I think Janet was on the new school for marketing for notaries. Somebody else had asked about this. And I'm glad to hear that marketing for notaries is coming up with something. That's very cool. For those of you who don't know, the NNA has member benefits, and one of the member benefits is using Constant Contact. Now, you get a discount for being part of NNA. So if you go into if you are a member, if you go in there and look under member benefits, why am I bringing this up? Because Constant Contact allows you to do email marketing, and it will do all your social media posts together, and you can do different iterations. So for example, and I've been using this, Cynthia, I was posting individually. I'd post to Facebook, then I'd have to turn around and post to LinkedIn, then I'd turn around and post to Instagram. And what this does, it allows you to link each of your accounts under Constant Contact to that. So you can write one article, you could post it exactly the same across all three platforms in one fell swoop. You can schedule them. And so I did a blog this morning. So I'm promoting my blog. I did my blog to my website. And then I'm promoting my blog, which is helpful tips. The one I did today was tips on how to select a notary. Okay.
That's great.
And
Yeah.
then in that, then when I posted, I went to Constant Contact and just posted the same thing with the same picture that's on my blog, and it posted all three of them at the same time. It took me it didn't take me long to write my blog, and then because I used some AI technology to write my blog that also interacts directly with my WordPress site. So there are technologies that are out there that make this a little bit easier for you to actually do it, so that you're not having to spend, oh my God, I got to spend so much time. And one of my goals for 2025 is to make sure that I post one blog a week and 3 times a week, at least, on social media. And this tool really helps me.
I like that. There's several, and I'm going to put some here in the chat. They're not links. They're just names of companies that can help when you are looking. Where'd it go?
Yeah. Metricool,
HubSpot, Constant Contact. They allow you to post across multiple platforms. So you can create one post and create it and send it to TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, to your YouTube shorts. You send it everywhere. LinkedIn, you can send it everywhere. Including some of them Google Business Profile. So find the ones that meet your budget and find the ones that meet your needs, and you can always upgrade later. And if Constant Contact, which is also a customer relationship manager or CRM, is something you're interested in, check out the member benefits that you get a discount as being a member of the National Notary Association. We should all be diving into those discounts. When you said that, Carol, earlier inside Marketing for Notaries, I was like, man, I haven't looked at my member benefits forever. I need to go check that
Yeah,
out.
they have some good stuff in there. And
Yeah,
this one I
absolutely.
happen to like because the tool works easily for me. But
Hmm.
everybody's different. Some
Yeah,
people I know use Metricool. I didn't like that one. I
yeah,
think again, you have to try them. And in the constant contact one, you can go out and get a free trial, and then you can determine whether or not you like it,
yeah,
and
Right.
then you can sign up.
yeah. But
So
this
you
kind of
don't have to sign
automation,
up right away. I
right? This
think
kind of
most of them offer free trials.
Most of them do, and this kind of automation is something I'm really leaning into the new year and delivering some great programs for notaries to understand automation a little bit better and when to factor that into your business.
Mhm.
Because, I know Laura would agree with me. You don't necessarily want to start your business all automated. A service-based business, which is what we all own, that's why we're all on this call, um, is is based in relationships. You got to start, right, Laura, with those relationships, and the automation piece should come in a little later, right? You can't automate authenticity as much as we try, as much as
And,
we try.
and if I can make one more comment, I think
Sure,
the other thing though that I've learned from this, I'm doing the social media for purpose. Yes, I want to generate business and generate leads, but it doesn't happen overnight. And I also try to in my we were discussing this about in some of my posts, I'll put like share your thoughts, make it more interactive. Some are informational. So I try to put a little, ones go to my blog, see that
sure.
information, and other ones, hey, and I don't always do it related to um, the work, do postings for things that are other things that aren't even necessarily work related. So people can get to know you as a person. Maybe you
Yeah,
go to a football game or you like hiking. I've seen a lot of people do a lot of different things.
yeah,
And it makes you more personable. So, and I'm not, I think the business will come, but I'm doing it to get my name out there. So people
right.
see
Yeah. There's
that's
this
really what you're doing.
there's an idea in the notary world, and I'm sure it comes from, marketing and stuff where, oh, I get my notary stamp and all of a sudden I'm going to have a six-figure business. It's not how that works. It takes time. It takes time. That's why I tell people when you implement a marketing plan, you have to give it at least 12 to 18 months to see any kind of fruit from all the seeds you planted, right? And Celicia, did you have a comment about a CRM? Were you going to talk about EC Head?
Yeah, well, I was just talking about, she was talking about the benefits from the NNA, and
Mhm.
I found something new that I had never found the other day. And they've got their exclusive discounts that's like a Benefy. What is it? What is it called? I've only just noticed it, but it's like they've got their own discount program. And I just found it the other day. God, I'm looking for it right now. And they do something similar to the EC purchasing. And if you don't have EC purchasing, that's another great option. When we went to
Oh yeah,
Montana
I
for
use
the
that.
Huge,
when we went to the
huge
Montana
money saver.
conference, I rented a car for $50. It turned out to be like a $50,000 Jeep with all the bells and whistles. It was $50 a day. And when you're on business, then you don't have to pay the premium, the collision damage waiver. So, it's very cool to have that. Also for shipping, I just put that in the chat that I've got a new shipper guy he does UPS and DHL, and he's sort of like the middleman. In other words, you'll create your shipping through him and through volume. That's how you get the best price. And I told him, I said, well, you really can't help me. I'm sure I get the best price. And he finally did all of my invoices, and it's like, he can save me even more money than EC purchasing. So it was like,
Nice.
wow.
Yeah, check that out, you guys, in the chat. Celicia's got some tools for you guys to save money on your shipping. But definitely lean into those NNA benefits. It's part of your membership. And I think it's something we often overlook. That was a great reminder for me when we were having that discussion earlier today. So I'm really happy that we were reminded of that, Carol. Thank you. And Celicia, if you do a lot of shipping, if you're into apostilles and that kind of thing, and you don't have EC consulting, you are leaving money on the table. And I know none of us like to do that. It's free. So get signed up with it. Just scroll up in that chat and you'll find it. Thanks, Alicia.
Yeah, EC purchasing is Fidelity's Costco card. It's
Yeah.
Fidelity's discount card for shipping, for office supplies, for printers, for
Yep.
computers, for everything.
Yep. And it is a good way to save some money. We like to save some money around here, you guys. Thanks, Alicia. Hey, Brian. Brian, I believe, is from California. Is that right?
Yes.
Look at me and my memory working today. What's your question, Brian?
That's a quick question. Immigration consulting, should I include that in my disclaimer with the legal thing?
Oh,
That I'm not an attorney and all that.
we saw your submission on the TNT form, and Laura has an answer for that. Laura, did you hear Brian's question?
I did not, because I was answering one live. So
Okay.
what was the question?
Brian, can you repeat your question for Laura?
The immigration consultant, should
Oh.
I include that in my disclaimer about legal advice?
So, Brian, are you a California notary?
Yes.
So in California, of course, we have all these terrible restrictions around immigration expert. But if you're not one, you do not have to disclose you're not one.
Okay.
Okay. There are advertising rules when you are one. But if you're not one, then you don't have to do anything.
Okay, so let's leave it as I have it.
Yeah.
Okay, that works. Thank you.
Yeah, that's very much a state-specific question I learned from Laura today before our call started. So thank you for asking the question, Brian. And Sarah Peters, tell us where you're calling from.
Hi, I'm calling from East Tennessee,
Oh my gosh, where?
right outside of Knoxville.
I grew up in Farragut.
Oh, yeah, I'm in Seymour.
Okay. All right. What's your question for us?
Wanted to kind of going back to what Terry Jo was talking about with Ron, is there a sense of how many signings from signing companies or signing services, how many are going to Ron? I mean, it's definitely something that I want to get into, but I don't know how much I'm losing by not having that available. Does that make sense?
Laura, do you have anything to contribute to this particular one with Ron? I know neither one of us are Ron certified. She can't, and it's just not lucrative in Texas.
It's noisy here. You'll have to hold on.
Okay. So I would love to hear from you guys as you're listening in. If you could help Sarah answer that question, what does your Ron volume look like? So can you put your state and then what kind of volume you are seeing from Ron? And Sarah, I think, when we talk about these different specialties that fall under the notary umbrella, Ron being one of them. And you've got a new friend in the chat too, Sarah. Check that out. Betty said she's in that same area. And I know Linda Adams is too. She might be on the call as well. But if you are, sorry, can y'all see that? My screen is flashing.
We can't see it, Jen.
Oh, okay.
Maybe just watch a dance party.
I don't know what's going on. It's like a disco up in here. Okay, sorry. What was I saying? Oh, Ron. It's one of those things that you want to add like as a service. One of the things I think that the COVID bubble taught all of us was never put your eggs in one basket. Don't focus solely on Ron. Don't focus solely on loans. Don't focus solely on general notary work. Create a service menu, right? That allows you to dabble in every little area that excites you. And as you learn one, right? Let's just say general notary, you scale that up. When you feel ready, maybe you want to add on Ron services. And when you scale that up, you're feeling ready, maybe you want to add on loan signings or trust deliveries. So that you're constantly adding services so that you're not dependent on just one thing. Laura, did you want to add something? Oh, you just put yourself on mute.
Okay, so I just want to say that contrary to popular belief, Ron is not moving as fast as people think. It's moving within loan signing world, but slowly. There are still lenders who haven't adopted it, who said, I don't like it, I don't want it. We've got signers who say, I don't want to do it this way. I want to see a person face to face doing this. I don't trust the internet. There are people who aren't qualified for the requirements of performing it through Ron. So there's a lot of issues that are still existing with that type of service. So would I ignore it? No, I wouldn't ignore it. But what I'm saying is that it wouldn't be my priority. Even if I wasn't in California, if I was in another state, it would be one of the ways that I deliver service. So I guess that's really what I want to say, is that this is not like the big avalanche coming. It's slowly being adopted, and it will not take over traveling notaries, because there are too many reasons why an RON won't be appropriate for the signer.
Mm-hmm. I think there's a couple things in there, Laura, if I could piggyback. I love a good piggyback. There's so much deed fraud happening with Ron right now that it is severely slowing down Ron's progress, across the country. Laura's right. Lenders don't like it. You guys may not have known this, but Fannie and Freddie have approved digital signatures on loan docs. Does anybody know what year they approved that? Let's have quiz time on TNT. Does anybody know what year? Put it in the chat. Fannie and Freddie approved digital signatures on loan docs. Do you know, Laura?
My guess is 1980.
No. Give me some guesses in the chat. Why? I will reveal the answer in just a moment. You are off. Nope. It's been a while, and we're almost there.
2001.
Betty got it. 2005. Betty, you're right. It was 2005. It's 2024. It's been almost 2025. It's been 20 years, and we're still puttering along with it. Like I said earlier, some states, Betty Googled it. Some states love Ron. Like, you get I have tons of Florida notaries that I work with that Ron is a big deal. And then here in Texas, hardly anybody uses it. Just like, it's one-off things, so it's kind of regional. I don't know what that is about, but as far as the housing market goes, I don't think any of you would be smart to think that Ron is going to be some kind of windfall or some way that you can run a business and make a lot of money by not getting out there and building relationships. Because I know everybody kind of thinks like, oh, I'm just going to do Ron with my notary stamp, and then I don't have to worry about going out and meeting new people and networking and all that stuff that I'm scared of, right? It should be just a service that you have, Sarah, and that you offer to people, along with the other services, general notarization. And I think, to Laura's point, and what I was going to say, we haven't seen it taken off since 2005. And as we move into a world with AI, and that we are close to reaching singularity being a physics term that describes when AI becomes more intelligent than humans. We are nearing that point. I think we're going to see a bit of a transition in our world as notaries, because folks are going to need a human verifier. They're going to need to say, this is a living, breathing human being. I can touch it, feel it, identify it, take its passport and its driver's license. And I think that's going to kind of be where we fill the gap in the AI world. It's not necessarily going to be with Ron. This is just my opinion. Laura, did you have something you want to add?
I did want to add this, and this is just the marketing. I don't speak too much to the marketing, but I do this time. And that is, you would market it just like you market traditional, right? You have to do all the same things in order to have visibility, in order to build relationships. All of that is the same effort, the same work, and your delivery of service is just different. That's all. It's just a tool to deliver it differently. But all of the work to get that business is the same as if it was traditional. And of course, I would expect that almost every notary would offer both. So the good news is if you're doing that kind of work for traditional, you're already going to benefit when you add RON to it. But think about the language you use, because as notaries, we use RON. The public doesn't know what the heck RON is. So then we say, well, it's remote online notarization. And they still don't know what the heck that is. So make sure you use words that are common in common vernacular. So for instance, a virtual notarization. Oh, I know what that is. You mean like Zoom? It's a different platform, but the idea is the same. You want to make sure that when you are spending that time, and especially if you're talking to the public, not to notaries, not to people in the profession, that you use language that helps them visualize what you're talking about. Otherwise, it's a real big question mark for them.
Great point. Have we answered your question, Sarah?
Yes, very much. I really appreciate the conversation about it. So thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a great conversation starter. That's what I love about this call. We get some good conversations going. And you guys have heard a few people sprinkled throughout today's call talking about the Marketing for Notaries platform. And I want to tell you guys about a decision I made early this morning. I was literally up at 2 o'clock this morning. I couldn't sleep from like 2 to 5. I was going through emails. Laura knows this never happens. I'm a huge sleeper. I'll sleep till noon if somebody lets me. But I just was up and I had so many ideas in my head. And I had a bunch of emails asking me to extend the annual sale for Marketing for Notaries. It's normally $189 to join annually. Right now, through the end of December, I've decided to keep the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale going through the end of December. It's $124 to join. So I'd love for you guys to check that out. We are also operating on the school platform, and it's a great way to gamify learning. I've got some really cool prizes happening too this for the first quarter. But I'm more interested in how you guys can connect with Laura outside this call, because I know you have technical questions that pop up in between every Tuesday, right? So Laura, can you tell us how people can connect with you outside TNT?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you like the group setting, I have a small group call on Saturday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Pacific time. And it's called Laura's Inner Circle. And you just got to go on my website to register so that I can send you the Zoom link. If you need a one-on-one conversation that is very targeted or specific, then you can get to my calendar and you can book a 15-minute call and you can talk to me about whatever it is, whether you're just checking in with me or you have a specific question you want answered. But of course, it's not real time from when you get onto my calendar that you'll get the next booking 10 minutes later. So there's not a time for you to call to ask me, use that to ask me things you need to know right away, right? Right away, if there's something really important, you'll need to text me or email me instead. But for planned calls, that would be the Calendly link with my calendar and Saturday. And those are the two ways that you can reach me. I do have other programs going on, and you can go to my Coach Me Laura website to see that. Thanks, Jen.
Thanks, Laura. Let's see it's iPhone. I can't see a person. I just see iPhone, and they have a question. Who is that? You are on mute.
Hi, it's Val Demetra. Can you hear me?
Hey, girl. How are you?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm on my iPhone because I just came from the doctor's office. Just a quick question. I'm just coming in, so I don't know if I missed this already. But with NB being closing down and we have to let go of our membership, I know that there were services that we got, like the Notary Assist, and we got the calendar that was included with that. Are we going to have to start paying that separately? Or are they going to bill us? Or
So I can't believe we got 45 minutes into the call, and this is our first MBB question, Laura. We were expecting those right out of the gate today. So Valdemitra, basically NBB, I'm just going to simplify it. NBB is going to cease to exist December 31st.
Right.
So every faculty member under the NBB umbrella, all 11 of us, we're all kind of going to our separate corners, right? And we
Correct.
make you guys all special offers. Like mine is the same price. It's $124. I was just talking about to join marketing for notaries. But because you're an MBB member, I'm throwing in a free coaching call for you that you can use sometime in 2025. We all had special little deals like that for NBB members so that you can go and be a part of whoever's community you feel it's most important for you to stay in touch with, or all of them. And then you will see there will be no access to an NBB calendar or anything like that after December 31st, okay?
Not the MBB calendar, the one that Tim has that we have linked, and also the Notary Assist, which we get the discount, I think, because we were MBB members.
You'll have to reach out directly to Sue Hope at Notary Assist. Is she on the call today, maybe? I'm just scrolling down to see. Sometimes she pops in. I don't see her. So you will have to reach out to Sue directly. And if you look at the email instructions that Bill sent when he made the initial announcement about Notary Business Builder, there's very clear instructions for how to get in touch with Sue and how she's going to help that transition. Same with, like I said, marketing for notaries, same with Coach Me Laura and her products. It's a lot. So you got to really take it in pieces and just follow each of those instructions, and make sure you go in and cancel. This is to all of you who are notary business builders. Make sure you go in and cancel your membership through the NBB dashboard and portal that exists until December 31st. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, yes, it does. I didn't want to cancel until after I asked you guys some questions first.
Yes, no, that's fine. Yeah. And anybody else that has NBB questions, you're welcome to reach out to me. My phone number, if you just scroll over my name there, you'll see my phone number. You can shoot me a text. Happy to answer any of those. I know it's a little confusing, but the best advice I can give you is to go back and review that initial email that Bill sent out with the step-by-step instructions. For everybody, you know, what they're doing and the special services that they are offering NBB members.
All right. Thank you.
All right, girl. You got it.
Jen?
Thank you. Laura, I almost
So
called you.
Jen, there's a question in the chat related, and even though I don't normally do that, I want to pull that
What's that?
forward. And that is about the trust delivery.
Oh.
And the CNTDA, guys, is not an MBB product. It is a collaboration separately with Bill and Jen and myself. It is still existing. You will continue to have access. Everything is moving forward with that. It's not MBB. And I think that's where people are a little bit confused about, you know, programs that they have.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up. Any program that you purchase through Notary Coach separately from MBB, like perhaps you have your lifetime membership to Laura Biewer Presents. That's still have it. That you're still going to have it. If you purchased it before NBB, you're still going to have it in your Notary Coach library. The only thing that's going to be removed from your Notary Coach library is the NBB replay archive and the dashboard. And yes, you will see packages and things of videos later in the year that will, you know, be released if you want specific training. But for now, it's basically, we all just kind of went to we all scattered, you know, into our separate corners, and we're still working together on projects. CNTDA is still out there. It's still going strong. If you're not a trust delivery agent, you should definitely go check that out. Thanks for bringing that up, Laura. And Dee Dee, do you have a question for me?
No, I just want to make a comment on everything that you're talking about right now. And thank you for the call yesterday. That was awesome. Yeah. So just so everybody know, the email that Jen was talking about was the one that Bill sent on November 26th. And that's the one that has the link with the a la carte menu. And if you click on that, it brings up everything for NBB, Notary Assist. I counted 15 things for me. And then I went to Notary Coach, and then listed everything that I purchased prior. And then I already reached out to you, Jen, and then I reached out to Sue Hope so I can continue the programs. But yeah, it takes a little homework there.
It does, because there was so much under that umbrella. And
yes.
For those of you wondering, maybe you didn't know, Bill and Laura and myself, as well as the rest of the faculty at Notary Business Builder, have had to make the very difficult decision to shut down Notary Business Builder. And here's why. There's no drama. There's no fallout. None of that stuff. It's a money thing, guys. It just wasn't. It was that almighty dollar. It just wasn't working. And for the amount of time and effort that was put into it, it needs to work. It has to be. We don't work for free, and it just wasn't working. So Bill, you will see collaborations with Bill and Laura and myself, and Bill and other people, and Laura and other people, and myself and other people. There's still friendship and love there. We just had to face reality, unfortunately. And yeah, Jen Cooper just put in the chat, there's going to be a January 5th, there's going to be an interview coming out about Notary Business Builder, the decision we had to make, and what's coming in the future. And it's exciting. It's exciting. All right, guys, who's got some more questions for us? BK. Tell us where you're calling from and what your question is.
Hello, Jan. BK Jackson. I'm calling from Temecula, California.
Good to meet you.
All right, you too, you too. Hey, got a question for you. You mentioned EC purchasing earlier.
Yeah.
And after you mentioned that, I went in and tried to apply for that. And it's asking us who referred us, is asking us your email address and your company name.
Yep.
And I was
So
wondering if
Celicia
you
Young
could
Jones
provide
with
that to
Rainbow.
us.
Yeah, Celicia Young Jones with Rainbow Notary Network posted her referral link in there, or her referral information. So if you just scroll up a little bit, BK. Oh, she just reposted it. Just look in the chat, and you can.
Celicia E. Young Jones.
Yeah, you can
Okay,
use
Rainbow
Celicia's
Notary and
information.
Nuptials Network. Okay,
That's
I
right.
appreciate that. Thank you
got
very
it.
much.
Anybody else who's signing up for EC Consulting, and you should use Celicia as your referral. Awesome, BK. Thanks for bringing that up. That was a great question. Paula, how are you this morning? This afternoon. What day is it? It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm saying good morning.
Afternoon.
What's your question?
Yeah, I don't have a question other than just kind of disappointed myself the last couple of years, health-wise and everything else. But I'm okay now, and everything's. I'm getting married January 3rd.
Congratulations.
And anyways, I want to start when I come back from my honeymoon. But it's not too late to start, right? I just have every excuse in the book not to, and you know that. Earlier.
It is never, ever too late to start.
The problem that I had before was, okay, excuses, but like you said, I kept, I just had one place to go to that sent me loan signings. And when that died down, it's kind of like, okay, what do I do now? And yeah,
learned a hard lesson.
Kind of scary to go out there and sell yourself, but yeah, 2025 is going to be different for me.
Well, it sounds like you are making a big comeback in life, in general, Paula. And I want to let you know that you are not alone with that fear. Right. Every single person, myself included, Laura included, everybody on this call has felt fear and resistance when it comes to doing the hard work of building a business. That is why not everybody's an entrepreneur. It's not easy. It takes a lot. What you need is a good, solid plan. Okay.
Right. I don't understand me because I'm outgoing. I love talking to people. But then when it comes to my business, it's like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah. And so one of the things that I teach about at Marketing for Notaries, and this is very important because I'm a big believer, Paula, that if you don't understand where that fear is coming from in your body, in your brain, if you don't understand why it's happening and you don't understand how to manage it, it becomes almost impossible. It becomes debilitating because you
Right.
overthink it. And that's one way that marketing for notaries holds your hand through the 5-point
Okay.
system. We talk a lot about that.
Right.
If you're going to join, though, I want you to do it before December 31st. I can't keep that $124 annual price going any longer than that because it's 7 months
Well,
free.
what
So
if you can't do it right now? Can you do a month to month?
you can pay for it. Monthly is $25 a month. Yeah, it's $25 a
Okay.
month, or you can pay for the year at $124 and you'll keep that price. I did the math. I can't keep it past December 31st, but
Okay.
either way, it's going to be $189 a month, you guys, after January 1st, just so you know what it
Year.
is. So it's not much more. You still get a few months free if you pay annually. But you can, if we all feel this way. We all feel embarrassed talking about our business. We feel unsure. We feel like an imposter. We feel like, who the hell am I to be out there doing this? It's all totally normal. Every single one of us has felt that way. What we're going to teach you, what you're going to learn, is understanding what courage actually is. Courage isn't an emotion. It's not an emotion. It's action, right? And so we're going to teach you all you need to know about fear and resistance, and then we're going to teach you how to take the action while you're still scared. And
Okay.
it's really, from all the work I've done on it, Paula, it's self-help almost, right? Because you're building confidence with that. You're building confidence in your business and yourself. And once you start to build that up, that embarrassment and that fear kind of creeps down a little bit because you're feeling better about yourself too. So I
Right.
definitely encourage you to check it out. It's why it's there. And you're starting over, you said, in January. And I want to tell
Yeah.
you, we got a brand new written down business plan that's coming out too. And that's going to be really helpful to you. There's so much cool stuff happening at Marketing for Notaries this year. It's amazing. So
Okay.
check it out. Keep coming back to this call. Make it a point every single Tuesday to show up for this call. Make it a have to. This is your free resource you're getting from me and Laura. And that is, I charge $75 for 25 minutes of coaching. So you're getting free coaching from me and Laura here. So you make it a point of coming back to this call. You make it a point of finding mentors and services that meet your needs. And slowly but surely, you're going to start building up that confidence. I've seen it
Do
happen.
you still have the accountability Wednesdays?
We are not doing that anymore with
Because that's NBB.
with the dissolution of NBB, but there's many calls that happen inside Laura's world. She went over several of them, coaching opportunities. Jen, if you wouldn't mind re-putting that in the link, if you're listening, that would be awesome. And then for ways to get in touch with Laura. But this is our free opportunity every week, and we're so excited that you're back and involved and going to get your business going again. We're happy to help you along the way.
And I have to wait until my name changed too. It's like, shoot.
Well, you never know
So,
when you might see a sale come back up again. But yeah, it's not going to be for this long because that's, still got to pay for everything. But anyway, check it out. And if there's a roadblock or anything, we can talk through stuff and work things out. So just let me
okay.
know. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. You got it, Paula. Laura, we are at the end of another awesome
I know.
Tuesday. I'm amazed.
active.
Went by like that. Thank you guys for being here. Wait, is it next week? No, it's the week after, where Matt's taken over for me. Thank you guys for being here. Laura, please close us out today.
Well, as Mr. Rogers would say, it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. And I hope you're having a wonderful day as well. Enjoy, and we will see you back next Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Take care. Have a
Have a great
productive week.
Bye.